Hello everyone, it's time to Nefis and Chill in the 17th episode of the add-on of the week. And this add-on video, I'll be showing you guys one of the most fundamental and most important add-ons PC players often have used since update 2, so it's a very long time ago. And the primary author behind the Master Merchant add-on, or authors, is Kybit and Filgo68. Filgo68, I sort of personally know. He's a really cool dude, really chill dude. He's also, I believe, in charge of Angry Unicorn Traders on PC North America. And if you have ever been in a trade guild, you have heard of or have used the Master Merchant add-on. It's a very consistent, reliable add-on. And as always, guys, definitely show your appreciation to these add-on developers, including Filgo, and send them, a note of thanks or gold donations, just to let them know, if you've had fun with their add-on or enjoyed the raise of quality of life for yourself and others. And I'll briefly be going over the Master Merchant add-on. For a lot of newer players, when they join the trade guild or something, or they start getting into trading, the Master Merchant add-on definitely is a bit intimidating because you have so many options, you have so many things you can do or have to do, according to a lot of people. First things first, we're going to take it really slow. Sales alert options, this is just for, hey, letting you know if you have sales. I usually keep on-screen alerts and show alerts and serial and so on off. So that's really up to you if you want to, every time you log in or something or open up your inventory, it just randomly shows you, hey, you got sales. So this is real personal preference. We can ignore that. Calculation and tip options. This is something mostly for guild officers and trade guild masters kind of use, and it's basically gonna help you customize other settings with over here scanning the sales frequency, blah blah blah, and also show the pricing history graph. I'll show this here in a bit. So there's a lot of customization you can do with Master Merchant, and this is pretty much how trade guilds also track the sales history and how much each person has sold, and along with what items they sold. So it's a pretty in-depth add-on, and I'll be showing you guys here real quick. So you do have the option of turning this off as well, this box opening, but I like to keep it open every time I open up the guild store. So here we have, most people don't know where to go from here. So if you're a trade officer or you're just a person who wants to see, oh, how much did I make today? You just click today, show all info, and you just see a list of names and so forth. Last 7 days, including today, you can also show your info or show all info, and you can also categorize this with rank, who sold the most so far, sales, and how much tax you got, and so what guild it was in, and so on and so on. And you have a lot of options here for time, but primarily this is meant to track your own sales and see where you're at. And as we can see, we can also see what items are sold, which is pretty cool as well. Like, you have so much data to comb through. And I want to stress the differences between Master Merchant and the more recent add-on or website that popped up a little while ago, in terms of the grand scheme of things. So Tamriel Trade Center is relatively new. So for those of you who use TTC, the difference between TTC and Master Merchant is that Master Merchant tracks what was sold. TTC does not track what was sold. TTC tracks what's listed. So there's a huge difference between TTC and Master Merchant. TTC show you, average price, lowest price, that the item is currently listed for. It is fairly accurate for most things, but not entirely accurate for a couple things. So, for example, let's say someone on a random guild trader posted drill wax for 1K. TTC, the website will show you that and where you can get it, but Master Merchant only takes the data of the guilds you're in. So the data, if you're not in that guild, won't affect the data in your graph that pops up here. So this is why Master Merchant, being in a trade guild, along with having Master Merchant, is pretty important. You don't want to be in a trade guild that has no sales or anything, or people don't know how to price things, because it does affect how you determine the prices of certain items to be. So a lot of people tend to stay away from inexperienced trade guilds, or go to trade guilds that have a lot of traffic, so they see a better set of data and the average to get a better sense of things. I think that's sort of offset nowadays by TTC. So I would highly suggest using the TTC and Master Merchant add-on with each other rather than separately. Gives you a much more clear idea of what a certain item and such is going for. And what's really neat too is you can also have color-coded dots on the graph. So let's say I'm in 3 different guilds or whatever, and I want to see all the data. If I'm in 3 different trade guilds, you'll see 3 differently colored dots and so on, and see which guild is selling at what price. It's a really, really cool add-on. I use it pretty much all the time nowadays, especially to keep track of people's sales and so forth. And it's a pretty huge tool for a lot of guild masters to use. And we just have Master Merchant thank for it. It's been around forever. And Philgo, really cool dude. Really appreciate the add-on, the work he's put into the add-on for sure. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for Netflix and chilling and looking over this add-on for me. I do highly recommend getting it if you're gonna get into trade guilds or whatever, and then use it with TTC or whatever. And that's pretty much it. The only times I don't recommend using this is if you're going to PvP or PvE. It is a pretty heavy add-on. It does scan fairly frequently if you have the default settings on. I just would never have it on, for PvE, especially for trials, because I've had this on accidentally for trials and my FPS just tanks, or my game kind of lags a bit. And after I turn it off, it's all good. So I would definitely not have it on if you're going to do something strenuous like PvP or PvE. And the only other time I wouldn't use it is if you're not in a guild or a trade or a guild that's not sold anything. I mean, in that case, just kind of refer to TTC or whatever for your zone chat sales or whatnot, what have you. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for Netflix and chilling. I'll see you guys next time.